So, the news everyone had been waiting for finally arrived. Elon Musk officially announced that the $25,000 Tesla Model 2, which has been so widely talked about, is scheduled for release in early 2025. This is the first time Tesla has really committed to such an affordable vehicle, and it's creating a massive buzz in the market. Just imagine an electric car with cutting-edge technology at a price that once seemed impossible for the brand. This move by Tesla is like opening the doors to the future for many more people. And we're not just talking about the company's fans, but also those who dreamed of owning an EV but thought it was too expensive. What's most interesting is that the Model 2 won't just be a basic car for those looking to save money. Elon and his team are planning something that could really shake up how we view electric vehicles. They want the car to be minimalist yet packed with technological innovations. The idea is for it to be practical and accessible without losing that modern touch Tesla always brings. This means that even with a lower price, the Model 2 is expected to come with some of Tesla's core technologies, such as the autonomous driving system, even if in a simpler version, and the famous over-the-air updates that improve the car over time without needing to trade in for a new model. Now, if you think about the implications of this launch, you can imagine the impact it could have on the electric vehicle market. Until now, many people saw EVs as something distant, a bit futuristic, and inaccessible. But with the Model 2, Tesla is breaking that barrier. It's almost like democratizing access to clean and sustainable technology. And you know what's crazy? If this car really delivers what it promises, good price, advanced technology, and efficiency, it could push other automakers to step up their game so they don't fall behind. Which will be great for consumers, because more competition means better options. The Tesla Model 2 will be one of those cars that you can tell right away has something different about it. The interior, for instance, will be totally minimalist, but that doesn't mean it's going to be too simple or boring. Just imagine a clean space without that mountain of buttons and controls you see in traditional cars. The idea is for everything to be super functional and easy to use, without unnecessary complications. And of course, there's no way Tesla could skip their famous 12-inch screen in the center of the dashboard. That screen will be the heart of the car, where you control almost everything, from the GPS to air conditioning settings. It's kind of like having a giant tablet in the car, but way more powerful. One of the big wins with the Model 2 is that it will have room for 5 people without feeling cramped. They're planning a design that makes smart use of space, so even though it's a more affordable car, no one's going to feel squished inside. And that's the charm of minimalism. Less is more, and with fewer luxury elements, there's more room for what really matters: comfort and practicality. Sure, it won't have those leather finishes or fancy wood trims you find in the more expensive models, but Tesla is focusing on delivering a car that's functional and efficient without compromising on quality. The coolest part is that, despite being a more affordable model, the Tesla Model 2 will come with those famous over-the-air updates. This means the car won't be stuck in time after you buy it. Tesla will keep sending improvements and new features directly to the vehicle, just like how smartphones get new operating system versions. That by itself is a huge advantage over other cars. Usually, if you want a car with new functionalities, you have to trade it in for a newer model. But with the Model 2, things evolve without you needing to do anything besides pressing a few buttons on the screen. The 12-inch screen will be the main point of interaction inside the car. Everything you need will be there, from vehicle settings to entertainment and navigation. And with a focus on functionality, Tesla is going to simplify the controls so you won't get lost in complicated menus. One of the goals is for anyone, even those who aren't tech-savvy, to be able to use the car without feeling confused. Everything will be within reach, easy to access, and with the ability to customize some things to your liking. It's not just pretty, it's also practical, and that's exactly what people are looking for nowadays. This simplification is part of Tesla's design philosophy. which always seeks to eliminate excess. The Model 2 will take this to a whole new level. And you know what's interesting? Even though it's a simpler car, it will still have that technological DNA that Tesla puts into everything it does. This includes not just the over-the-air updates, but also the possibility that, in the future, more advanced features like autonomous driving could be enabled as the technology becomes more accessible. The car will be ready for the future, meaning you'll have a vehicle that evolves over time. Another important point is that, even with fewer luxury elements, the Tesla Model 2 won't leave you feeling like you're driving a basic car. On the contrary, Tesla is working to ensure that, even as a more affordable model, it still offers a premium experience. This includes the quality of materials, attention to detail, and of course, performance. After all, what makes a Tesla isn't just the luxury finishes, but the entire technological experience and how the car performs on the road. The model may be simpler, but it will still be a true Tesla. Speaking of performance, you can expect the Model 2 to have that quick acceleration Tesla is famous for delivering. Even though it's a cheaper car, they won't sacrifice driving fun. The focus on affordability doesn't mean the car will be slow or lack excitement. On the contrary, Tesla wants everyone to have the chance to experience what an electric car can do, and that includes the feeling of stepping on the accelerator and having the car respond instantly with no delays. This is one of the things people love most about EVs, and the Model 2 won't disappoint in that aspect. Another thing that stands out is the fact that the Model 2 is designed for those who prioritize functionality above all else. That doesn't mean it will be poor in terms of technology, but rather that it will focus on what really matters for daily use. The central screen will be your command center, and the simple design will make everything easier, from basic tasks like adjusting the temperature to using the GPS or controlling media. Plus, with fewer visual distractions, the interior of the Model 2 will be a cleaner, more peaceful space, perfect for long trips or daily commutes. The Tesla Model 2 will introduce some innovations that immediately show how the brand is thinking differently. One of these is the 48-volt low-voltage architecture. This might seem like a technical detail, but it makes a huge difference in the car's performance and efficiency. Most cars today use a 12-volt system, so this jump to 48 volts will allow the Model 2 to be more energy efficient. Lower voltage means less energy lost during use, which ultimately results in a car that consumes less electricity to do the same tasks as other models. And with that, the vehicle's range could increase, which is always good news for anyone concerned about battery range. Additionally, this switch to 48 volts has another benefit that not everyone may immediately notice. It reduces the car's weight. This happens because with a higher voltage system, the electrical cables and components can be thinner and lighter, as they don't need to handle as much electrical current. It's a solution Tesla found to make the car lighter without sacrificing safety or performance. And as you might guess, a lighter car also becomes more efficient since it requires less energy to move. So, it's like a chain reaction of benefits that starts with the technical details and ends with the driving experience. Now, one of the most interesting innovations the Model 2 will bring is electronic steering technology, or steer-by-wire. What does this mean? Basically, there will no longer be a physical connection between the steering wheel and the wheels. Instead, sensors and electric actuators will handle everything, transmitting steering commands directly to the wheels, without needing a mechanical rod in between. This might seem a bit strange at first, but it brings several advantages. For starters, without the need for a mechanical connection, there's more space in the car, and Tesla can use this space for other things, like increasing battery size, for example. This electronic steering technology also opens up possibilities for customizations that wouldn't be possible with a traditional system. The steering wheel can be more responsive at high speeds and smoother during parking maneuvers. all electronically adjusted. And since everything is controlled by software, Tesla can tweak and improve the system with future updates, without you needing to take the car to the shop. Just imagine, you buy the Model 2, and a year later, Tesla sends an update that improves how the steering wheel responds, all over the internet without you having to do anything. Another thing that electronic steering brings is the possibility of new designs for the steering wheel and even the overall layout of the car. Without that traditional bar connecting the steering wheel to the wheels, Tesla has more freedom to create different, more minimalist and spacious interiors. And who knows, in the future, electronic steering might even be an important step toward fully autonomous cars, where the steering wheel won't always be necessary. You can already imagine a car where you only drive if you want to, and the rest of the time, it drives itself, with all this technology working in the background to ensure a smooth journey. Speaking of batteries, all this innovation with the 48-volt architecture and electronic steering has a direct impact on this point. With less space taken up by electrical and steering systems, Tesla can use larger batteries in the Model 2 without increasing the size of the car. In other words, you'll have a compact car on the outside, but with a powerful battery inside, capable of taking you further on a single charge. And the best part is that because the car is lighter, the battery will last even longer. It's a great example of how every technical detail is connected to create a better, more efficient driving experience. Another important aspect of this 48-volt architecture is that it will allow the car to have more powerful electrical systems without putting too much strain on the battery. This could open up possibilities for features that are currently only found in more expensive cars, like high-quality sound systems or advanced climate control, all without draining the battery too quickly. And since the car will receive over-the-air software updates, you can even imagine new features being added in the future without needing to change the hardware. Tesla is really betting on the idea that the Model 2 will be a car that evolves over time. Tesla already has everything planned for the Model 2 to be produced on an unprecedented scale. The starting point will be the Texas Gigafactory. They're focusing on starting production there, but this is just the beginning of a much larger strategy. The idea is that the Model 2 won't be exclusive to one region, but a global model that everyone can access. That's why Tesla is thinking big. In addition to Texas, other factories around the world will also come into play. This includes Berlin, Shanghai, and even a possible new Gigafactory in Mexico. The Texas Gigafactory is already a powerhouse in terms of production capacity, and with the arrival of the Model 2, this plant will be even busier. But Tesla's big advantage is decentralizing production. By spreading manufacturing across different continents, they can reduce costs and speed up car deliveries, avoiding supply chain issues, which, as we've seen in recent years, can be a real nightmare. So, with factories in Europe, Asia, and possibly Latin America, the Model 2 will be produced massively, reaching markets much more efficiently. And think about it, the idea of having a factory in Mexico is a brilliant move. The country is strategically positioned between the United States and Latin America, making it easier to distribute vehicles to several important markets. Plus, Mexico has a strong industrial base and a highly skilled workforce, but with lower costs compared to other places. This could help Tesla keep prices competitive, especially considering that the Model 2 is designed to be an affordable car. Everything is being done to ensure the final price stays around $25,000. But Mexico isn't just interesting because of its location and lower costs. There's something even more important: production capacity. If Tesla really goes ahead with plans to open a Gigafactory in Mexico, they'll significantly increase their ability to produce millions of Model 2 units each year. The demand for this car could be huge, as it promises to be affordable and packed with technology. So, having factories capable of meeting this demand is a crucial step for the model's success. And of course, a factory in Mexico also makes it easier to export to other countries in Latin America, potentially opening a new market for Tesla. The Berlin Gigafactory will also play a key role in all of this. Europe is one of the largest markets for electric cars, and with the Model 2 being produced directly on the continent, things could get very interesting there. With a local factory, Tesla can avoid import taxes and reduce wait times for European customers. At the same time, they can tailor the car to meet specific European Union regulations, such as emissions and safety standards. This means that the European Model 2 might have some subtle differences compared to models made in other parts of the world. And of course, we can't forget about Shanghai. The Gigafactory in China is already one of Tesla's most efficient and produces an enormous number of vehicles. The Chinese market has a huge demand for electric cars, and the Model 2 has every chance of being a hit there as well. Additionally, the Shanghai factory also serves as an export hub for other markets in Asia. So, Model 2 production in China will not only meet local demand, but also help deliver the car to other countries in the region more quickly and at a lower cost. Another interesting point is that Tesla is constantly investing in improving the efficiency of its factories. In each of these gigafactories, they're implementing cutting-edge technologies to optimize the manufacturing process. This includes advanced robotics, artificial intelligence to monitor production, and even innovations in assembly line design. All of this is done to reduce production time and, consequently, the car's cost. So even though the Model 2 is an affordable car, it will remain a product of the highest quality, built with the same precision and innovation that Tesla puts into all its models. The Tesla Model 2 is set to bring a true revolution when it comes to batteries, and the secret lies in the LFP batteries supplied by CATL. These lithium iron phosphate batteries have already proven to be cheaper to produce and, best of all, are extremely durable. The most impressive point is the fast charging capability they offer. Imagine charging from 10% to 80% in just 10 minutes. This means that grabbing a quick coffee while you wait for your car to charge will be even faster. This technology will completely change the experience for those who rely on electric vehicles in their daily lives. But what makes these batteries so special? First, they don't use cobalt, a material that has a more complicated and expensive extraction process and raises many ethical concerns. With LFP, the focus is on simplicity and efficiency, helping Tesla keep the cost of the Model 2 accessible. Additionally, the durability of these batteries is excellent, with a longer lifespan than traditional lithium-ion batteries. This means that, besides being quicker to charge, they will also last longer, adding even more value for the buyer. Now, speaking of range, the Model 2 is expected to run about 250 miles on a single charge, roughly around 400 kilometers. For a car being marketed as affordable, this number is excellent, especially compared to other models in the same price range. This ensures that in addition to being a car for urban use, it is also viable for longer trips. A trip to the beach or a weekend getaway will be quite easy, without the need to stop frequently to recharge. Moreover, these LFP batteries perform incredibly well in hot climates, which is a strong point for markets like Brazil or the southern United States, where temperatures can reach extremes. This allows the Model 2 to maintain consistent performance regardless of the weather, while also keeping safety high. When it comes to batteries, heat and stability have always been a concern, but with LFP, it's a different story. They handle high temperatures much better than traditional lithium-ion batteries. Another interesting point is that Tesla is not only focused on performance, but also on sustainability. LFP batteries, by not using rare metals like cobalt, are also easier to recycle. This aligns perfectly with Tesla's mission to create sustainable transportation solutions. So, when we say that the Model 2 will be affordable, we're talking about a car that not only costs less at the time of purchase, but is also more sustainable in the long run, which is a big draw for those concerned about environmental impact. Now, if you think about the charging time, this is one of the biggest changes in the practical life of someone driving an electric car. With the fast charging of these LFP batteries, long waits at charging stations will become a thing of the past. Those 10 minutes you spend charging aren't much more than the time we usually spend refueling a gasoline car. And this is a huge leap in convenience for those who were still hesitant to adopt an electric vehicle due to long charging hours. Best of all, even with this impressive charging capability, Tesla has managed to maintain the balance between affordability and performance. The technology in the Model 2 is not basic or low quality. On the contrary, it is cutting edge, but at a price that puts this car within reach of a much larger audience. It's as if the Model 2 is challenging the idea that electric cars are expensive and inaccessible to most people. And this only reinforces Tesla's commitment to popularizing EVs. Another aspect that cannot be ignored is the partnership with CATL, one of the largest battery suppliers in the world. CATL already has a track record of collaborating with major automakers, and this partnership with Tesla for the Model 2 only further strengthens the company's position in the global market. With this collaboration, Tesla ensures it will have access to high-quality batteries in large quantities to support the mass production of the Model 2. Not to mention that CATL has been heavily investing in innovations, meaning that the future of batteries for the Model 2 is likely to improve. It's also worth noting that Tesla's software updates will play a crucial role in this process. Even though LFP batteries already have fantastic performance, Tesla is known for sending updates that further optimize the performance of its vehicles. This could mean, in the future, that the range increases or that charging becomes even faster. So, the car you buy today could be even better tomorrow, without you needing to do anything other than download an update, which is simply brilliant.